Y'all can have a seat. Y'all can have a seat. It's hard being a leader out here in this world when you want to be a part of the world. But you can't be a part of the world following God. When he calls you into the leadership position, he calls you out of whatever it was you was in to take you a step. It's just like I said, every rung gets higher and higher. It gets higher and higher. You can't stay in the same place. You got to grow. You got to move, and things you're moving past. It seems like it's in your life for a season, and then you find yourself outgrowing it, moving to the next level. Quit reaching back for them that's not in your season. They're there for only a short period of time. Quit reaching back for them. I know you miss them. I know you. Lord have mercy, son. It seems like a wedge is being driven between me and my friends. I miss them. It's a reason. It's a reason. They're not meant to be with you. They're meant to be a stepping stone for you to the next level. And when you fully understand, it'll start making sense. Don't mean you can't be friends with people, but sometimes you just have to cut them loose so God can do in your life what he has for you to do. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. You love him with all your heart. Fight for him. Fight yourself for her. She's yours. She's waiting on you to take care of her. And if you're showing her you ain't gonna be what she needs you to be, she'll ball you up like a piece of paper, throw you in the trash can and move on. If you're the man, be the man. Leaders, all of us in here are leaders in some form or another, either on our jobs, in our homes, in a church. If you hold a position in this church, you are a leader. But I see, I struggle with this. I'm going on in. I prayed, and leaders. The sermon is leadership is more than a role or a position. And I wasn't feeling this. I was like, Lord, what a fire in this sermon. I want some fire. He said, sometimes you can't preach to everybody. Sometimes you just have to talk to them from the order for them to get a message that you're trying to get across to them, Jeff. You can't holler and want fire and brimstone every time you speak.
Come on here.
Sometimes you have to humble yourself down a little bit, because it's a message that I'm delivering through you that I want somebody out here to understand. And like I said, I struggled with it because I looked around, I was reading the Bible, Pastor guy was reading the Bible, and I'm trying to stay in my word. I'm trying to, but I didn't get so far in Exodus. We have to read the whole Bible. But I've gotten, in Exodus, I come upon Moses. And the ordeal in Moses' life, through Moses' life, the things he went through to get to where he was, it was trying. Very trying. Moses was a special baby when he was born. His mother knew it. She knew that he was special. She knew that he was going to be a leader. She did the best she could to hide him for 3 months. When she could no longer hide him, she placed him in a basket she made. It was waterproof. She put him in the Nile River, and she watched him float out of sight. Can you imagine your baby in a basket? Because at the time, Pharaoh had given an order that all male babies be killed. He gave an order for the midwife to take them and kill them. But the midwives feared God. They said, the Israelites, they just having babies so fast, we just can't get to them. Somebody said, well, if you can't, Pharaoh said, well, if you can't get to them, take them and drown them. Put them in the Nile River and drown them. Kill them. But let the girl babies live. The reason why, because the Israelites were growing at a pace that the Egyptians didn't like. They were populating. And somehow or other, the Egyptians started hating the Israelites. They hated them. And they enslaved them. They enslaved them, the Bible says, for several centuries. And I'm not a mathematician or scholar, but I think century is 100 years. And several is more than a couple, so that means it was more than two, so it was several centuries, 300-400 years. I think it was close to 400 years before they were delivered out of the land of Egypt. But she put a baby in the basket, sitting down the river. Pharaoh's daughter was down by the river, seen the basket coming along, picked the baby up, picked the basket up, and in it was a baby. She took the baby out, called one of her maids over. Go find his mother so she can nurse him. Special leader! Amen. Special. Anybody could have found that basket coming down that river. Took that baby out and drowned him just like the king said do. But Pharaoh's daughter took that baby, sent for his mother, which was an Israelite, to come and nurse him. She nursed that baby until he was about 6 or 7 years old, and she brought him back. I don't know if I could have done it. If I could have, and I'm not a woman, but I do know a mother's love. I know a father's love, but a mother's love trumps father's love by 10 times. There's nothing on the face of the earth like a mother's love for her child. But can you see this woman taking her child back to the enemy? She's taking, because she knew. She knew Moses was special. She knew Moses was the leader, a leader, but she just didn't know how much of a leader Moses was. Moses was walking along one day. As he got older, he was walking along one day through Egypt, and he come upon an Egyptian beating one of his fellow Israelites. He looked around, thought nobody was looking. He rose up and killed the Egyptian. It said and buried him in the sand. Covered his body up in the sand. Thought nobody saw it. The next day he came to town. An Egyptian was doing something. Moses walked up and said, "What are you going to do? Moses, kill me like you killed that dude you killed yesterday?" Oh my Lord. You thought you got it. Just because, like I said, just because you think nobody don't see it. And don't mean ain't nobody looking. Somebody was around and peeped out Moses killing that Egyptian. Word got back to Pharaoh. Pharaoh sent out an army to kill Moses. Moses fled to the land of Midian. Here we find Moses tending to his father-in-law's sheep. Just a brief synopsis about Moses, because I'm taking it somewhere. Taking it somewhere, leadership. We find Moses a leader, but he's tending sheep. Meaning that just because you're a leader don't mean you can't get out here and work.
My God, my God.
Or get out here and work with the rest of God's children. You ain't just because it don't make you high and mighty.
My God.
Some of us, sometimes we get in leadership roles, we forget where we come from.
That's right.
We forget what it took to get where we are. We forget that we were once sitting there looking up here for leadership.
Amen.
Some of us do. We forget it. Some of us, when we get in these leadership roles, we hate to be told something to do. Why are you asking me to do it, Pastor? Why you can't ask them to do it? Oh, she didn't ask them to do it. She asked you to do it. Leadership, good leaders are great followers.
That's right.
I've always been told that.
That's right.
You can't lead nobody if you never follow nobody, because you never know what it's like to be followers.
All right.
You're always working out orders but never taking none. Can't be a leader that way. You have to understand. It's like these at my job. And I get out at my job, we got these little young chunks come in, fresh out of college, come in and thinking they know everything. I've been working on my job for 22 years. Go come in there and tell me how to run my job. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I've been on this job for 22 years. I know more about this machine than you think you know. You're going to come in here and tell me what I'm doing wrong? For real. Y'all know what I'm talking about. These little young cats with books on. They had no experience whatsoever. Crack a book and tell me how to start this machine up then if you think you know everything. Well, that's what I thought. Go on. Go back in the office, sit down, get your cup of coffee and a honey bun. Crack your book and read up on some more stuff before you come out here and try to tell me what I'm going to do. You don't like my face now for you just not be mad. And then I have to worry about having a job tomorrow. But I'm still dealing with this thing called anger, y'all. I'm still dealing with it. I'm doing Wednesday night. Lord have mercy. I learned a lot about how anger can take you from a place of solitude, a place of love and jolliness, to a place where, come on! Oh, yeah, make me sick. It can take you there. It can raise your blood pressure up. It can bring your heart rate speed up. Your neck, before you know it, you're stressed out. Somebody told the doctor done told you you got diabetes. Diabetes? Where did it come from? You stressed out. Hair done turned gray. All in your beard, in your face, all on your head, just half a head full of just gray hair. Just let people just worry you to death. Worry you to a straight to your grave. Yeah. I use no dye in my beard. I ain't got no hair. My brother next me, how your hair still? You dyeing your hair? I ain't dyeing it. I just don't let nothing worry me. Man. Stop letting things worry you. I'm telling you, it does something to your health. You know the way I said it? Scientific studies been performed on stress in the workplace. How it can give you a heart attack, premature trouble with your health. Stop letting them worry you. It's just a job. Quit taking it home with you.
Come on here.
Quit taking your work home with you. I know I got off, but I just want to let you know that you can't let it kill you. Amen. You can't let it kill you. You can't let it take you away from you. Amen. We find Moses tending to sheep. His father-in-law, he went off and got married. He was tending to his father-in-law's sheep, and he drove the sheep deep into the wilderness. And he come upon a burning bush that never burned up. And he was sitting there amazing. God said, stop, Moses. He was walking toward the bush and said, stop, Moses. Stop. Don't come any further. Matter of fact, kick off your shoes because you're standing on holy ground. I know most of y'all think this is just a pulpit. This is holy ground. Holy Ghost, Jesus Christ, God. 3 steps.
My God.
Holy Spirit, Jesus Christ, God. This is holy ground. Don't take it for granted that when you come up here. Watch what come out your mouth. Watch what go through your mind. This is holy ground. This is holy ground. Moses stopped. God told him, said, Moses, I've heard the cries of the children of Israel. I've heard them crying. I've heard them. I came and saw how badly the Egyptians treat them. And I have come to take them out of bondage. I have come to lead them to the promised land. Moses said, no. What you trying to say, God? You want me to lead him? Moses had a speech impediment. He stuttered. He couldn't talk good in front of people. And because of this, he didn't think he was worthy to go before the king of Egypt to ask him to let my people go, to let God's people go. He didn't think he was worthy. He said, God, look at him, Moses, wait a minute. I'm sending you. I'm telling you to go. God tells each of us, go. Don't worry about anything. If you worry about it, then evidently you don't trust me. I'm telling you, Moses, go. Who am I? Who am I to go before the king? You tell him, I am God. I am the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I sent you to Pharaoh. Tell him I sent you to Pharaoh to tell him to let my people go. Well, send Aaron with me. Aaron was his brother. Aaron was his brother. Aaron was a high priest. There wasn't but 3 of them at that time. Jesus Christ, I forget the other one. And it was Aaron, Jesus Christ, and it was another. I can't think of his name right now. It slips my mind, but he was a high priest. Meaning that he was already Melchizedek. That was the other one. It was 3 of them. So that shows you the importance of Aaron to be considered as a high priest right there with Jesus and Melchizedek. He was a very important man. But Moses was scared. He didn't want to do it. I just can't do it, God. Every time God told him to do something, he protested. I can't do it, God. Same way with us sometimes. When God lays things on our heart, he speaks to us. He lays things on, and he gives us vision to see things that other folk can't see. And we see it and it's wrong, and he says, I need you to go fix that. Well, I ain't read this week, God. I ain't in my word, Lord. Can you send somebody else? Send to him first and let me steady up on a little bit. Just like us. Pastor Point, you got to worry. Give me next time, Pastor. I'll be ready next time. Hey!
Come on here. Jesus.
Got to be ready. He shows us things. So I need you to go take care of that. But when we step back into it, it's okay. Like I was saying earlier, when you're building a house, you find the strongest board you can find to build your foundation. You find the strongest boards, and that's your foundation. While building your foundation, if one of them boards crack, you take it out, you throw it away, and you replace it with a new one. Same thing with if we get under the pressure that when we crack, she don't have no other alternative. She can't slow down. God is building. She can't slow down. We don't have to catch up. All that she can do is sit us down and then, okay, you go think about that thing for a little while. I got to keep this house moving. You go over there and think about it then, since you don't. We're going to roll right along.
My God.
We got to. She got to. She got to. She's got to. All of us are blood on her hands. She got to give an account of us in the day of judgment. You had members in your congregation that was hurting, Pastor, but you spent all your time back here trying to get this dude or this woman on saying, look at the people you let go. What's she gonna say? I know there ain't nobody left behind. Sometimes you got to leave behind and pray for them. I know she prays for all of us. Pray for them that they catch back up. Because if they don't, she can't sit and wait on you. She can't. But God told Moses, said, Moses, go tell Pharaoh to let my people go. So I'm going to give him their own land flowing with milk and honey. The land where the Hittites, Amorites, Perizzites, Hovites, and Jebusites now inhabit. Now I mentioned those tribes for a reason. We'll get back to those in just a few minutes. But remember, be remembered that the land that God was going to give them was already inhabited. Just because somebody's there don't mean that God can't still give it to you. He can give you the strength. Just because somebody got it, don't mean that God can't give it to you. Don't mean He can't give it to you. Just because somebody's there.
Yes, sir. Come on here. Yes, sir. Y'all missed that. Yes, sir. I was thinking.
But Moses again protested and he said, I have trouble. So he sent Aaron. God told him, said, don't be afraid. He said, I'll tell you, I'll give you signs that you can go before Pharaoh and show Pharaoh. So throw that stick on the ground and he turned it into a snake. He turned the water into blood. He had plagues of gnats, had plagues of locusts, had plagues of frogs. It was about 10 plagues he sent the children sent to Egypt. Every time he sent them, it hardened Pharaoh's heart. I ain't letting them go. Hey, Pharaoh, don't please God, just call them all, Moses, please. Getting back to Moses, though, when Moses protested, guess who went to Pharaoh and told Pharaoh to let my people go? It was Moses. Moses carried the command of Pharaoh. Even though I can't do it, God. When he got it, you can protest all you want to. You can run from your calling all you want to. If you're a leader, you know you're a leader. know you're a leader. Don't nobody have to tell you a leader, but you can run from your calling all you want to. It ain't going nowhere. You can run from here to Timbuktu. When you get to Timbuktu, that calling will still be on your back. There's nothing you can do to get away from it. I'm a living witness. I'm a living witness. You got to step back. I was called to preach when I was 22 years old. I'm 52. I ran from my calling over 25 years almost. Stopped going to church. Every time I go to church, it just hit me all upside the head. Preach up there preaching this word, just bam, boom, pop, just beating me up because I knew about it. I knew what my calling was. And God was speaking through that preacher, talking straight to me. I have given you a command, you keep running, bam. I have told you what to do and even showed you the road I need you to be on, but you ain't come, bam. I stop coming to church. I ain't going to church tomorrow. I don't want to hear this. Running from it. Turn on the radio. There it was. Had to get away from it. I ran from it. But look at me. I couldn't continue because God have a way of getting your attention. When you think you've gotten away, it seems like one thing after another, 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 after another. Keep taking you through stuff to get your attention. He ain't playing. He ain't playing with you. You keep playing with him if you want to. He ain't playing with you. He got a call on your life. He got a reason for you being here. If you're not going to fulfill your reason, why I need with you? You better off dead. I don't need you if you're not going to fulfill my promise. If you're not going to fulfill the things I have you doing, I don't need you, Jeffery Manning. Blood clot in the leg, blood clot in the lung, T-bone by 18-wheel on 85. I don't need you. Keep playing with him. I knew I couldn't play no more. I'm scared one of these days something gonna come and I'm gonna leave here. Not scared to die, but I don't want to go yet. I got grandbabies, I got things that I love to see. I want to see them grow. But if you take it from me right now, knowing that I done made the step, Lord, I know it was you, and I know it wasn't me. Because I'm doing what you told me to do. But if you call me home right now, God, I'm satisfied. Because I made the first step, and you got to make the first step. Y'all got to make the first step. He says you make one step, I'll make two. It's like finding a job. You can't get on your knees and ask God for a job and get up and sit down on the couch and pick up the PlayStation remote control. You got to go put in an application. You got to put the application in if you don't want a job. Same thing with anything else. You ask God to give it to you. Don't sit down on it. You got to do your work. You got to do your part. Must Jesus bear the cross alone and all this world go free? No, there's a cross for everyone. And there's a cross for me. I got a charge to keep and a God to glorify, and I ain't got time to be playing no games. Thank you, Lord. He gave Moses all kinds of signs. Show him. But how many of you know the devil got magic tricks he can play too? The devil got magic tricks he can play on your mind too. Well, that was God. Well, let me show you. Let me show you this. I can do that too. That wasn't God talking to you. They used a figmentation of your imagination. That wasn't Jesus. That wasn't God talking to you. I can do that too. I can make a stick turn into a snake. I can make water turn into blood. I could call a plague of frogs on too. So what? But when God rose up, when he got tired of playing games with Pharaoh, when he rose up and killed every male beast, child, first male, beast, child in all of Egypt, Pharaoh knew then that he was dealing with the man. He was dealing with the man.
Yes, sir.
He wasn't dealing with Moses. And Moses was just a middleman, a mouthpiece. That the man that worked through him was greater than anything that Pharaoh had ever saw. Pharaoh knew he was in trouble. So he told Moses, take him, get him out of here. Can you get him out tonight? Moses got them all together and led him out of the land of Egypt. Led him into the desert of Zin. But how many of you know you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink? Moses led them people out of bondage into the wilderness toward the land that God had promised them. And the whole way there, them people cried and complained. Oh, Lord, we should just stay slaves. Moses let us out here in the desert to kill us. We gonna die thirsty or oh God. Moses and Lord just let us out here. Them people cried and complained the whole time. Don't you know? In order for somebody to lead you, they have to love you more than you hate yourself. Them people hated themselves. They were slaves. Been praying for over 300, almost 400 years to be set free. And just because you've been praying and your prayers ain't been answered, it took them people almost 400 years to get their prayers answered. You got to wait. You got to wait on God. He'll give you what you need if you wait on it. You know, some of us so impatient. Don't get on the knee and pray. Oh Lord, I need you to do something for me. Get right up. You ain't done it, Lord. I don't waited 2 minutes now. You ain't done it. You ain't looking at my pocketbook. I ain't got no money. Look at my refrigerator. I ain't got no. Really? There's supposed to be a hocus pocus deal?
Come on here.
Come on. You got to put in the work. Just because you asked him for it and not work for it don't mean he gonna give it to you. You don't go to work every day and sit in the canteen all day. Don't get paid for being on breaks. In my job, we take a break, we get off the clock. I work 8 hours and 30 minutes every day. They take them 30 minutes I take for lunch break. I got to get him up. You can't go in the canteen and sit on lunch break. You can't sit down on God and ask him for something to sit down on it. It don't work that way. But it's being a leader. Being a leader, you have to lead. There's no other way around it. Like I said, you know you're a leader. There's no other way around that. No matter what you do. But Moses led the children of Israel out of Egypt. God told them, he said, I got this land for you. Go take it. Go take it from the Hittites, the Amorites, the Perizzites, the Hovites, and the Jebusites. Go take it from them. It's yours. Amen. Now did they listen? No, they sent out 12 spies, I'm sorry. Sent out 12 spies. Go spy on the people that they supposed to fight. And God had already told them, it sounds familiar to me. God had already told them, well, Lord, I'm going to have to check that thing out first before I get on it. I'm going to have to see about that. Let me check on it first and get back with you. Some of us take that approach sometimes. And when God asks us to do something, we hesitate. Lord, I want to, but I'm kind of scared. Just like me, stepping out in this journey. Lord, I just don't think I've been called to preach. I've been called to sing because I got a pretty good voice. I think that's my calling. Really? Let me send these sinuses to you. Yeah, you can sing, huh? Sound like a scared chicken out there. And all that. Show you right quick. No, that ain't what I call you to do. He'll show you. Well, Lord, let me try. I can pray pretty good. Let me see if I can pray this. No. I called you to preach. And I'm not going to be satisfied with nothing less. Don't bring me junk and think I'm going to take it in the place of what I told you to do. Don't bring me what you want me to have. You give me what I asked you to give me. Don't bring me this mess. That ain't what I told you. Get it right. And he gave me chance after chance, but he didn't have to. But he gave me chance after 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 chance to get it right. All of us in here. After chance after chance. Got it, bro. I'll let you do it. God got something in store for you. He gives us all chances. When this world should have swallowed us up, when this world should have killed us, he gives us another chance. He takes us out of that mess, swings us back up on solid rock. We all slip right back down the slippery slope, back into what we were doing. Get tucked out of it, put it back on top, slip down the other side. It's like, but he keeps giving us chances to get it right. If you don't get it right, when you close your eyes, hell will be your home. I don't want to go to hell just because I was disobedient. I don't want to go to hell just because I didn't do what God told me to do. I don't. It's because it ain't on him. It's on us. He's already given you the word. He's already given you. And we choose not to do it. I don't want to die and go to hell just because I chose not to follow God's will. I can still be Jeff. You can still be Leah. You can still be Tammy. You can still be Tanya Brown. You can still be Jeff. You can still be yourself. It's just things in you change. I guess I'm still the same old, like to laugh and have fun, Jeff, but I just don't say kind of the jokes I used to say on the phone. That's all about being a leader. When you become a leader, people look at you for leadership. And if you step out there with that same old falling out your mouth, you ain't no leader. I don't want to go to the church he's going to. If that's the kind of leader they got at their church, you might hear say that kind of stuff. Oh, what's going on in that church? And they're doing all kinds of stuff. You're a reflection on where you come from. I'm a reflection of remnant. I'm a reflection of Pastor. I'm a reflection of Prophet Shatina. I'm a reflection of Elder Wells. I'm a reflection of Elder Brown. I'm a reflection of Pastor Matt. I'm a reflection of Prophet Ty. I'm a reflection of Prophet Shatina. I'm a reflection of all my brothers and sisters tonight. So when I come out any kind of way and when they feel like from the same place, what y'all doing up in there, brother? Your brother Jeff was out here telling you. Let me take the joke he told. Blah, 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 blah. He told that joke. It's a reflection. Because they looking at me. If I'm this way, then you got to be this way too. This is what they teaching up in there, because he's one of the real leader. He got the mic on Sunday, but he out here telling dirty jokes on Monday.
My God.
That's leadership. And because we take this role as leaders, there's certain things that we just have to live up to. It's a tough road. It's a lonely road. It's things we have to live up to as leaders. Because even though we are the same, we're not the same as we used to be. We're not. There's things about us that's changing every day. And we can't deal with it sometimes. Sometimes it just, oh, Lord have mercy. Why I just got to keep going? Why can't I just be following you and still do the same things I used to do? I said, you can't be the same old you if I'm changing you. If you remain the same, there's nothing left for me to work with. I'm on that potter's wheel, and I haven't asked God to take me off to remold me yet. I just asked him to take that file and do rough edges for me. File away that rough edge for me. File away that sharp tongue I got. File away them hard feelings I got. File away that crazy mind I got. Smooth it, curve it. Just file it, shape it up for me. I'm not there yet till I need to be rebuilt or remolded. I just got parts of me that need to be cut off because I'm still good. But there's just parts of me, Lord, that just need that fine-tuning, that twist that neck just a little bit tighter and loosen that right there just a little bit. It's parts of it. On this road, it's hard. It's hard, y'all. It's hard. This road is hard. But if you ask him, he'll get to it. May not come when you want it. He's waiting on you. If he hadn't come yet, he's waiting on you. There's some things in your life that you know. That's the thing about it is you got things that you know you need to take care of. And you ain't doing it, but you want him to do something that you ain't got no control over. He's going to tell you, take care of what you can take care of first, then holler at me. Like the doctor, take 2 aspirins and call me in the morning. Huh? That's what he's saying. That's what he's telling you. Clean up your mess that you got control over because you brought all this junk to you. Clean up this mess first. And I'll come in and handle the hard stuff that you're having a problem with. I'll handle it. But you got to do your part first. Moses led them children of Israel out in the desert. Sent 12 spies to spy on the people. All 12 of them came back. 10 of them come back with bad reports. Oh, children of Israel, we can't do it. We can't take this land. Them people over there are big and strong. They walking around like giants. We look like grasshoppers compared to them. That's what he said. We look like grasshoppers compared to them. They will crush and stomp us. But Caleb and Joshua, God told us not to fear nothing. God told us not to fear them people. He told us that is our land for us to go take it. Let's go get them, y'all. No. Did you hear these 10 people coming? They believe the 10 over the 2. But more than all, they believe the 10 over God. Let's say that one more time. The people believe the 10 over the 2. But they believe the 10 over God. They told him, I'm going to give you. All you got to do is go get it. Some of us, I'm going to give it to you. I got to go get it. Okay. Can't sit down. It's not going to come. You got to go get it. They believe the 10 over the 2. Ooh, you're talking about man. God got hot. God told Moses, all the 10, I'm going to send a plague on them right now. I'm going to wipe every last one of them out. Y'all don't think God is a mean cat? A strict disciplinarian? Because I'm going to tell you in a few minutes what happened to Moses and why Moses didn't enter the promised land. When God tells you to do something, he ain't playing with you. He's not playing with you. He told them y'all can have the land. Go take it. You telling God they too big for God. God said, I'll fight your battles. I'll fight your battles for you. All you got to do is make one step. God said, I'm going to send a plague on me. Moses said, God, please. God interceded. Moses interceded on the children's behalf. But God told him, said, I'll tell you what. Every last one of them, 25 and up, they ain't getting me.
That's right.
I'm going to kill them.
And he did.
And he killed them. The first to go were the 10 that brought the bad report back. Be careful what you walk in that door. In God's house, it starts spreading. Yappa, 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 yappa if you want to. You'll be the first one like that. The first 10 people to die were the ones that brought that bad news back to the Israelites that caused them not to want to go fight for their land. He killed them. Then one by one, they start dropping off like flies. Them 12 people was out out in the land, surveying the land for 40 days. It was 40 days before they got back to deliver the report to the Israelites. God cursed them to spend 40 years, 1 year for each day that it took them to go bring that report. 1 year. Be careful. When God said you have to do something, the longer you take could be the longer you suffer. The longer you take to do what he told you to do could be the longer you suffer. And if my life is anything like this, I got about 20 more years to suffer before I start seeing blessings. But I'm not worried. I'm not worried. I know God got me now. And I'm like Moses when he told Moses, you ain't going to see the promised land. Moses didn't cry. He didn't cry. He didn't stutter. He didn't say nothing. He tucked it because he knew what he had done. The Bible says Moses, they were in the desert of Zin, and they was thirsty. They needed water to drink. Moses, we need water. Our cows are drying up. Our mouths are drying up. We ain't got no water. The livestock is thirsty. We thirsty. Moses went to God and said, God, the people need water. Can you bless them with water? Moses told God to go out and strike a rock with a stick. And said, now I'll pour water out of it. Amen. Moses went out and called the people. Said, God had told me to come. And God told me to strike this rock with this stick. And he will give the people water. He struck the rock with the stick, water poured out. The second time, the people come to Moses for water. It was worse than the first. They were crying and complaining. Then started arguing with Moses and everybody else in the village. Like, we can't get our way. We just want to argue about everything. They started arguing with Moses. Moses got mad. Moses went before God. God told him, said, this time, Moses, I want you to speak to the rock. I want you to speak to the rock to show the people that I am their deliverer. I am the one that will supply all their needs if they would just humble themselves. Quit being so combative and fighting so much. Just humble yourself. He'll give you what you need. But Moses was hot. When Moses stepped back out there, he called the people around and said, listen here, you rebels. Must we bring you water out of this rock? Took that stick and hit that rock 2 times. Pow, pow, water poured out. God kept his promise. But immediately he told Moses, you didn't keep your promise to me. You showed me up. You didn't keep my holiness in front of the Israelites. Just because he didn't speak to the rock, he took the stick and hit it. God punished him. He wasn't going to get a chance to go see the promised land. Or he done led these people from bondage to he was supposed to leave it. Now he ain't going to get a chance to go. But I know how Moses done it. Them people that got on Moses' nerves so bad, Moses come out that tent, he was like, Lord have mercy. And you know they won. They won in the crowd, and he done picked that, and he know they caused the most trouble. And his head was that rock that Moses was hitting. Moses looking at him. He probably wanted to tell him, that's your head I'm hitting the rock. But what he done, he let the people take him out of character. And he broke the promise land with God to keep him first. When he said, was we bring you water, he didn't give God the credit. That's right. That he was supposed to give him. When he said we, that means he took the credit. Him and Aaron took the credit for giving the people water. Right. And because him and Aaron done that, they could not see the promised land. God promised him that he would show it to him. He took him up on Mount Nebo. And he showed him the promised land. He said, Moses, this is the land that I promised your people. God, the one thing you don't want to forget, God loved Moses. He was one of the few people that ever saw God face to face. One of the few that ever saw God's face. The Bible says when Moses died, God himself buried him. Nobody knows where Moses is buried. God himself came down from heaven and buried Moses because he was God's beloved son. God loved him. But just because you love something doesn't mean you can't punish it. And I want to say this to all you mothers and fathers in here. Spare the rod, spoil the child. Spare the rod, and you'll spoil your child. And there ain't nothing more nerve-wracking than a spoiled baby. Ain't nothing gonna hurt your feelings more than a spoiled baby. It's cute now. He's just a little baby. Wait till he's 6 and telling you to shut up. Shut up, man. You don't tell me what to do. You're laughing like it's funny. You have 3 more years, then you're slapping you across the face. Taking your keys, stealing your car. Taking all the money out your pocketbook. Going out here blowing on what they wanted. Spare the rod and spoil your child. Will give you nothing but problems for the rest of your life. I'm telling you what I know. But God let Caleb, he told Moses, you tell Caleb and Joshua, they were the only 2 of the 12 that didn't die. Because they came back and told the people what God told them to tell them. We can take these people, y'all. God said we can take them, and we can take them. Let's get them. We can get, you just have to believe that when God tells you, honey, I got it, believe he got it. Quit messing with it. Quit dibbling and dabbling in it. Quit, leave it alone. If he told you I got it, if he told you, bring all your cares to me, then bring them to him. And quit taking them back from him when you put them on him. You have to trust and believe that he's going to do just what he said he was going to do. In closing, I just want to say, even though the road you own as a leader is hard, God's yoke is easy, and his burdens are light. If you trust and believe that he would do just what he said he would do, everything will be all right. It's up to you. It's up to you. Amen.